All right, guys, welcome to Dropping Dimes. I'm your host, Slav Oriana, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. All right, guys, so normally I would have done it right on the spot, but I didn't get the chance to. Got caught up with a couple of different things, but yes, LeBron James is officially the all-time scoring leader in the NBA. Now, me personally, I grew up never really being the biggest LeBron fan, all right? I actually wasn't a big fan of his whatsoever. But as you really come to think of it, the man has been in the league for 20 years. Whether you like it or not, he's one of the all-time greats, right? I was too young to see, Jordan in his prime. But after viewing a couple of videos as I was growing up and then, appreciating like the history of the NBA and stuff like that, and then like the whole barbershop debate, who's better, LeBron or Jordan? I've always said Jordan, all right? And I'll get to it in just a second, but for what LeBron James has done throughout his entire career, the man's never really cheated the game whatsoever. Never really cheated the game. Never really took days off. I mean, with the exception of the one time last week when he decided not to play at the Barclays Center, but decided to play the next day at the Garden. But he's never really cheated the game. I mean, he's been to 10 NBA Finals or something along that nature. He's lost in, it was like 10 NBA Finals, lost in 6 of them. He won 4, although I really don't know how I really credit the bubble. All right, it's just because it wasn't a really complete season, and it was just a weird mix of 2020. 2027 was just a weird year, but he's really. As for what he has done, I mean, he was more of that pass forward, and he just slowly started to compile up scoring. He, was averaging 27 points per game, and he just kept on doing that as consistently as possible. Whether he was playing with Zildjius Ilgauskas, Eric Snow, and Drew Gooden back in his first run with the Cavaliers, to Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, and the whole bunch in Miami, towards Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and J.R. Smith in Cleveland the second go around, and then towards L.A. where he had Anthony Davis. I know Russell Westbrook. He just got traded. He got traded towards the Jazz. Don't see how that's gonna work out. I'll get to that in just a second. But after all the stuff that he's been through, he's had a list of many players that he's played with. I mean, Hall of Famers. I mean, I got to give him credit on this one. I mean, longevity is something that you have to award. I mean, LeBron James, and people were talking about it earlier today, on sports talk radio, debate shows and stuff like that. Who was the better player, or whatever, scorer? Was it Michael Jordan? Was it Kareem? Like, who was the better scorer? And for me, I'm gonna still say Michael Jordan, and here's why. Reason why I would say it's still Michael Jordan, because that man was a 2-guard, man. 2-guard. And in an era where the game, even though there was less possessions, I mean, the game was just tougher, harder fouls, more aggressive. I mean, what's it called? When the fouls that they had to deal with, if they had to imply that into this game, I mean, I don't know if these athletes, would be able to last. I mean, a full 82 game season. I mean, they're talking about shrinking the 82 game season, and LeBron was in a weird. He got into the league at a weird time because Jordan was just leaving. You were in the Kobe era. They still were trying to maneuver how they were trying to, ref the game and stuff like that. And eventually they got softer. But LeBron, I mean, he evolved his game. I mean, he was more of a dunker. Then he started, utilizing more on the low post. I remember he ended up working out with the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon, at one point, working on like his hook shots and his inside post game. I mean, he's evolved the game. I mean, he has gotten better and better every single year. Surprisingly, it's weird how he's gotten better within age. Like a fine wine. But I mean, he's improved his 3-point shot. I mean, he was an atrocious 3-point shooter in his first run with the Cavaliers and with Miami. But he's gotten better and better. I mean, what's it called? I will always say that LeBron James is the second best basketball player to ever go on to an NBA court, because I still always credit this. I mean, with Michael Jordan winning 6 titles in 6 finals appearances, yeah, that's the easy get-go. But I just think the level of competition that he had to deal with, as opposed to with LeBron. I mean, I understand LeBron is playing with better athletes now, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, and stuff like that. But in the peak era, I think the highest peak was Michael. LeBron was just right around there, but I think the longevity wise, it was just, LeBron just had a better longevity of a career. And man, I mean, for what he's done in LA, I mean, he will never be appreciated in LA the same way that he's been being appreciated in Cleveland. But LeBron, I mean, you got to give for what it's worth. I mean, the man has just stuck around and has done it all. And I don't see the guy retiring anytime soon. Well, maybe actually, I would say maybe like in 3 years, give or take. You just never know. I mean, eventually, maybe somebody like himself will just be like, after I just play one season with my son, I'm going to hang it up. But I really wonder, what this game is going to be like once he's gone. From the game when he retires. I mean, I had those same questions about Kobe Bryant, and the NBA was still in a great spot. And the real question is, how many more points is LeBron going to score? Because he ended up having a very good game against the Thunder, but it was just very, very head scratchy, just because you get the scoring record at the end of the third quarter, and you score just one more basket, and that's it. You don't really play any more in the fourth quarter, and you get the L by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I'm just thinking, like, you're trying to fight to get into the playoffs. I mean, every opportunity that you can to get a win is, to me, would seem more important than anything else. And I just think that LeBron could have really, went for 50 last night. Last night, and gotten the W over the Thunder. And I just think that it's just little things like that. I mean, that I just feel like LeBron is just chasing stats. And he, by all means, I mean, played this game for such a long time. The only thing that he has, in my opinion, that would go well for him is just trying to get these records. I mean, I don't see him passing John Stockton on the assist records and stuff like that. I think the big one that he ended up getting, and which he wanted, was the points record, just because of Kareem got it, and he wanted to do it in LA, and he was able to manage it as best as possible. But I just think that people like Kobe Bryant, people like Michael Jordan and stuff like that, after getting the record, the next objective was to just try to get the win. And I just think that LeBron didn't do so, and I'm not going to try to, rain on his parade, but I just think that's just something that you want to do. You don't want to keep on missing in the playoffs. I mean, the man missed the playoffs. His first season in LA, got bounced out in the play-in last year. He won a title, but he won a title in the bubble, and I just think that is like an asterisk in my mind. And I know in other people they label it like that as well too. But LeBron James, yes, he is your new NBA all-time scoring leader. That is something to be proud of. That is something to have accomplished. I mean, the record was around for 38 years. I mean, that's a very, very long time. All right, and he was able to do it in front of the LA faithful. I think it was really cool how they had the big celebration for him. They stopped the game. Adam Silver had Kareem come up. Kareem looked very uncomfortable at one point doing all that. I don't know if it was just the cameras, the glitz, the glam that comes along with LA, but it's just Kareem just looked very uncomfortable around that. But yeah, LeBron, he did it. Question is, how many more points he's gonna keep on going for? I have a strong prediction. I think that he might go up to as high as 40,000 points. Maybe 42,000 is the max I could see him going. But yeah, guys, LeBron did it. He's the all-time scoring leader. Whether you like it or not, LeBron James is at the top of the pinnacle in the scoring charts. Until then, guys, I am Flavo Rihanna. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys, and have a good one. See ya.